to click record. All right, guys. So let's talk some updates. The first thing I want to talk about is World Tour. If you're not registered for World Tour, you need to be registered for it. I know the Spirit kit that's in it or whatever, I think that cuts off on the 5th, which means you're not going to get like the extra little goodies. It's like lanyards and stuff like that. Register for it. It's a business write-off. You want to see these trainings. They're from the best of the best. And I mean, why not? Most people are on the computer scrolling anyway. You might as well invest into your business. We're looking into trying to find a space where we can get some local people together to watch it. That's just kind of a big undertaking, and I don't really know of any spaces here locally. So if anybody else does, feel free to reach out to me and we can talk about that. Okay. Bring back my bar. Now, this is not in the news tab yet. So when it becomes up in the news tab, hopefully it will be in the news tab tomorrow when consultant support opens back up. Last night on Heidi and Orville's live, they stated that Bring Back My Bar is going to go live on the 23rd of this month, because we know that as Christmas gets here, and as orders are ramping up, things are going to slow down a little bit. And they wanted to make sure that we had enough time for ordering for that. So November 23rd is when Bring Back My Bar is coming, and there's not going to be a sampler for consultants this year. Now, that does not mean that you can't go and buy all of those bars, because that's all you were doing when we were buying the sampler. It wasn't like discounted or whatever. It was just all of those scents. Get this, y'all. Because there's no sampler, you can make a party and you can get those bars free and half off. And so if it were me, what I would be doing is making sure that I have a $500 party ready to completely close on November 23rd, so that when November 23rd happens, I can get all of my Bring Back My Bars for free or half off, right? So work smarter, guys. And honestly, it's a better way, because even though they're not all bundled for us already, we can use multiple half offs and not have to pay full price for it, right? And so that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to tell you my secret. What your girl is going to do is have an online party link that I'm using to send out to all of my people. And I am only going to use that party link. I'm not going to close that party link out until the 23rd, because I know that if I'm consistently following up, I can get to 500. And then once I get to 500 in that party, I'm going to switch to a different party link. So then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So on the 23rd, I've got that party ready to go. I can follow up with any customers. I can put in any local orders on the 23rd, but that way that's already taken care of. Does that make sense to y'all? So then that way I'm not scrambling on the 23rd or whenever it is trying to figure it out. On the 23rd, whatever time it releases, your girl's ready. Because guys, this is the thing with Bring Back My Bar. You're going to have people that have used Scentsy forever and ever, but you're also going to have people that have never smelled any of these scents. And it's sort of difficult to sell something that you've never smelled. We know that Scentsy's going to do us right. We know that the descriptions are pretty on point, but if they can't smell it, it's going to be very difficult for them. Okay. Something else that I want you guys to think about that have team members that are local and you just joined, or you just don't have the extra money to buy all of those scents, that's okay. And I want you to know that you don't need to go and buy all of them. Find a couple team members and you guys get a 6-pack for free, and then trade cubes with each other. You don't need an entire bar for someone to smell. Get a cube and you can make a bunch of felt samples out of one cube, or say 2 cubes, or whatever, you and your BFF that you guys run businesses together, that you run your business together. Don't feel like you yourself have to buy all of those. My advice to you would be, if you don't want to spend all that money, then get with somebody and you guys coordinate and already know which scents you're getting and how you're splitting them up. Okay. People have done that for years. So that's definitely something for you guys to look into. You know, we're getting paid on the 10th, put money aside for it. Invest that 10% back into it, because Bring Back My Bar is always probably my favorite month, because They're all these rockin' scents. You get to go live with a bunch of brand new scents, and it's not a new catalog release. You get to amp up Scentsy Club, because if you're not talking about Scentsy Club with Bring Back My Bar, I don't know what you're doing. And I mean, it's just amazing. Okay, so Bring Back My Bar. I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd. I looked at the official pages today that are like that Superstar directors are in. That's what they said. It should be coming to the news tab, hopefully tomorrow. But I think they just kind of made that decision based on information that they got in search of products, because we know that things sell out, right? But we're not going to focus on the things we can't sell. We're going to focus on the things that we can sell. However, we all know that sometimes you have customers that just specifically want a certain buddy or a certain warmer or whatever. That's okay. But definitely, if I'm not your director, talk to your director. But we don't search for products on our team pages, at least not on mine, because our team, number one, it's just not good practice. Your team page is going to get really, really bogged down with stuff like that. And that's not what the team page is for. I have created one post on my team page where you can search for back ordered and out of stock items. And then there are Scentsy groups on Facebook that you can search for those products. It's not me being mean. It's me saving the culture of our team page, and that's where you guys can find them. If anybody's on a computer and can copy and paste any of those groups into the Zoom chat, that would be fine. You have to add yourself to them. They have specific rules, so please read whatever the rules are. I don't run any of those pages because I ain't got time for that. But if you need something, do that. Okay. All right. So let's get into the next thing that I want to talk about. Is there anybody that has any questions about any of that stuff, or any questions about like updates for the month, things that are happening? We're going to talk specifically about bricks and how to work those here in just a few minutes. But if nobody else has any other questions about that kind of stuff. The news tab, y'all, it's your BFF. If you're on the East Coast, you know that it's usually late afternoon when things get posted on the news tab. So that's kind of when I go and make sure that I check it. You should be checking it every day. Okay. All right. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is goal setting, and how you need to be really, really, really specific with your goals. And especially right after we just did recognition, it can feel really like defeating, or you could compare yourself. And I want you guys to realize that the only person that you need to compare yourself to is who you were yesterday and a year ago. So on our leaders page, we did a post about show your growth from 6 months ago to a year ago. And I was like in tears looking at that, because it may seem like a year goes by and nothing's changed, or just 6 months goes by and nothing's changed. But then when you look at your growth, it's super important. So what I just put in the chat is just a little goal sheet that I use. I print 2 of them. You can take a screenshot of it, save it as the background of your phone, do whatever you need to do, but just putting your goals down on your team page isn't enough, because that means you say it once. And I had this conversation with my directors last month or the month before, where there was a bunch of them that couldn't find their goals. Been there, done that. They couldn't find them because we just talked about them. And I think we may have talked about them on a live, talked about them somewhere else, and they were just gone. They couldn't find them. So you need to write down your goals, and you need to put them somewhere that you see them every day. Because I honestly forgot that my PRV goal for last month was 5,500. And I forgot that I set that goal. But I set that goal because I wanted to beat myself from September of 2019. So I went back and used my performance tab in my bar report. If you don't know what those are, go look in your workstation. Everybody has a bar report now, and you can pull back your performance from the year before. I wanted to make sure that I was beating myself, and I was beating myself from the previous month. So I wrote that goal down, right? But I'm just trucking along doing my thing, and it's the 29th and I'm at 4,900. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, didn't meet my PRV goal yet. So I need to get to work. I don't need to work. I don't need to worry about anything going on November 1st right now because I set a goal. So I need to push myself to get to 5,500. So yes, I have never heard her say that. Anna, thank you for sharing that. Anna said, SSD Wendy Newgas, if you don't know her, she is the California queen. Dreams can inspire you, but goals change your life. And I literally have full body chills right now because everybody has dreams, right? Everybody has, or a dream board, or you have things that you want, right? But when things get hard or you get complacent, like it's easy. I could have just as easily said, okay, well, it's the 29th and everybody else is posting about the Christmas, country Christmas warmer. So let me just worry about that. But I wasn't, I was like, no, I set that goal for a reason. I set that goal because it was going to be one of my highest PRV months ever. And it was the highest PRV month that I have ever had in October. And I wanted to beat myself and reach my goal so that I could feel accomplished, not for anybody else. So I want you to write your goals down and put them somewhere that you can see them so that when you don't feel like working or you're making an excuse because everybody else is sharing things that you weren't ready to share yet, that you can put your head down and say, okay, well, I'm going to challenge myself and beat myself and not worry about what everybody else is doing. So setting goals, but setting them specifically and setting them for you. You don't need to worry about, you don't need to set a goal for 6,000 PRV if you haven't had 2,000 in the last 3 months. Don't set yourself up for something that you're never going to achieve if you haven't been doing those things over and over again. Not that it's not achievable, but you want to set your goals that are attainable, but that are also challenging, but aren't so far-fetched that they can't happen. So this month, my PRV goal is 6,000. I've never had a 6,000 PRV month. I'm not one of those Katie's and Chloe's that have PRV that's that high. But you hear that? I just said that I'm not, but I can be, and I'm going to be. And I have changed that and have upped my PRV. I've never had months where I've had 5,000 PRV until coronavirus, until I switched my mindset and decided that's what I was going to do. So I want you guys to realize that. So use your performance tab, use your bar report to set your goals and put them somewhere. Yes, I'm going to ask for them on our team page, but that should not be the only place because you need to go back and self-check. So if I say, okay, it's the second week of the month, self-check, where are we? What percentage of PRV do you have left to go to reach your goal, etc. Okay. To top it, like to move on from that, mindset. Mindset is everything in this business. If you have a shitty mindset, and I'm sorry, you're going to have a shitty business. And it's because you are worried about the things that, or you're letting your mind take over your head and you're letting the devil get in and tell you that you're not good enough, or you're letting comparison like kill your vibe. Don't think that we don't all suffer from that and that we don't all go through those things. We do. And there, some days are real bad and some days are really good. But the difference is that I have to work very intentionally and very hard to switch my mindset to make it be a positive thing. Because guys, if I just let my mind take over, it would kill my business. Jennifer Anderson says it the best. Your mind is your most powerful business tool. Your mind is your most powerful business tool. It can make you thrive or it can push you right back down into the ground. But the only person that can be in charge of your mindset is you. So you have to wake up every day and decide what's going to protect your peace, what's going to feed your brain, what's going to make you wake up and do the things that you need to do even when you don't want to. Because you just have to fix your mindset. And I can't tell you how to do that. Everybody has different things that make them fix their mind. So I want you to really be intentional and write down something that makes you flip your brain around. Is it listening to a specific TED Talk? I know there's some YouTube videos and TED Talks that are like really motivational. I can't remember. There's the make your bed one where that I don't remember, but I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like those mindset things are so important. And I would love to see anybody that listens to something about mindset and that helps you change it around. I would love for you guys to always, always, always share that on the team page, on the leaders page, on your story, everywhere, because we have the ability to empower someone to pull themselves out of a bad place. Because people look at people that are successful. I know that you guys have probably done this too. I've looked at people that are successful and we have no idea what's going on in their life, but they seem happy. But that may be a front, but they're still showing up to work. But it's not because they want to, it's because they're fixing their mindset. So I'm just going to be honest with you guys. This month is like my favorite month in Cincy. We're super busy. We have all of the different things coming out. Well, we got an email Saturday night after we got home from trick or treating that my son's school, to include my daughter, is closed till after Thanksgiving because of too many COVID tests and too many positive cases. So now I have the entire month of November. That's the busiest time for my business, with a husband who leaves at 4:30 and doesn't get home till after 6, and I have both kids at home. And I could have let that ruin my mindset and be like, well, there goes my month. I'm never going to be successful now. But I'm not going to let that change, because at the end of the day, I had to switch my mind and say, you know what? It's a blessing. Because what would I have done? What would either one of us do, me and him, if I was working at a 9 to 5 and had to leave to go to work every day? I have no one to watch my 2-year-old. Can't take a 2-year-old. Like, it's a blessing that I can stay at home and take care of them and make them, like, let the school get their stuff under control. But you have to fix your mindset, and you have to do it every day. Fixing your mindset isn't something that you can just do once. If that means writing down in your gratitude journal what you're thankful for, writing down at the end of the day something that you did that made you feel good, that made somebody smile, do something every day. Moving on to the next thing about that is learning something new every day. I watch a training or listen to a podcast or listen to a YouTube video every single day that's going to help me grow as a person and as a business owner. I did that before I stopped teaching. On the way to work, on the way home, I didn't listen to music. I found something to listen to while I was getting ready. No excuses. Anytime I stopped doing that, I would sink back into depression every single time. Even when you don't want to listen to it because you're like, I don't feel like being motivated right now. I know I'm not the only one that's ever felt that way, or I don't really want to learn anything right now. But instead of watching Netflix, I'm listening to Jennifer Anderson say something that completely changed my life. And you never know when God is going to show up and he's going to give you those words that you needed to hear that you didn't know you needed, right? So I'm challenging you, if you're finding yourself frustrated or upset because you're not seeing growth, or you're not getting what you want, or you feel like you're putting in so much work and it's not coming back, challenge yourself to learn something new every day and do it consistently. Consistency is everything. It doesn't matter what you do once, it matters what you do over and over and over again. And nobody in this business hits director, hits superstar director, has a 5,000 PRV month, etc., without being consistent. It just doesn't happen. Consistency is the piece that's missing for most people that don't find success here, or they're not doing the things that actually matter. They're doing the things that are just busy, right? Okay. I feel like I was just like lecturing people right then, but it was just something that's really, really been on my mind and on my brain, because so many people reach out and say, well, I just don't know how you're successful. I don't know what you're doing. You guys I share what I'm doing. Everybody, I share what I'm doing. The difference between people that are successful and people that aren't is they're just not staying the course long enough, because they go through a dip and they don't stick it out, or they get frustrated, or they let something that's happening in their life and they just stop. You just have to stay consistent, because everything gets better with consistency. Dieting, running, working out, studying your multiplication facts. Like whatever it is going to get better with consistency. That is the key that's missing. Okay. All right. So I'm done talking about that. Something new on the workstation. You guys have seen it, right? Individual orders. I have been in the beta program for the individual orders to be added to a party for like the last month and a half. It is a game changer. You definitely need to be utilizing that. Does anybody want to tell me in the chat why that is a good option? Why is that a good thing? Why is that something that we've been asking for? Why would anybody want to use an individual order that way? All right. So someone said you don't have to hold orders till parties close. Absolutely. You don't have to wait until the party closes. So that is the biggest benefit, right? Or maybe it's not for a specific party. You just had somebody message you and say, hey, I need 2 bricks. But you just close your local order and they live out of state anyway. You can now go on your workstation, put in an individual order, attach it to a party, and be good to go, right? And you're still getting those host rewards. Yes, they still pay full shipping on them. So, Britt, it would be just like you going to your website to place that order. I never, ever, 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 ever use individual order before this was an option because I'm not leaving host rewards on the table. Because if I'm having to do an individual order, I might as well go through my website and put it in a party so that it's gaining rewards. So I don't ever do individual orders. Now I will because I'll do it with it being attached to the party. Britt, there's really not a difference except for some people don't have, well, I guess if they don't have a website, then they don't have an open party, right? Can they have an open party if you don't have a website? I probably should know that. So the reason why this came about, so like they ask our opinions and like we ask for certain things and they work it out. The reason why this came about was because they wanted to, so here's the deal. You know, shipping, like prices changed, right? Back in forever. So now we don't have shipping for free until 500. Okay. So I guess Cincy's mindset was, well, that's going to make everybody just make bigger parties. And so that'll be better either way. Yes, it did. However, you know what it caused a huge uptick in? PWS orders. Because people are placing PWS orders a lot more so that they could get to that 500 before closing a party. Make sense? So they were getting a lot more PWS orders. So our websites were glitching. Our websites were moving slower. Our websites weren't doing the things that they needed to do. Maybe you never even noticed it, but that was part of it. So they're wanting us as consultants not to use our website. That they basically said that was never the purpose of it, was for us to have to go use our website, but we didn't have this option. So now they're giving us this option. So now we shouldn't have to go on our website and purchase something. We should be able to do it all from our workstation. And so now when I'm training new people, or when you're training new people, it's going to make a whole lot more sense for us to say, okay, well, if you're not ready to close that party, go do an individual order. Instead of, hey, cheat the system, go to your website, buy it through an open party so you're still gaining rewards. Does that make sense? And then another thing that's a really great benefit of this is, let's say it's about to be a catalog switch, right? And you don't have a party to close, but you have somebody that's out of town that you want to mail something to, that wants to order. I always add single catalogs to their order if they're out of state for 90 cents. But I can't do that if I purchase that on their website. Does that make sense? So they may be ready to get to order, but I'm not closing a party. So I order it through my website and I can't attach a catalog. but now I can because it'll be an individual order. Make sense? Something else that you could do because you're doing an individual order is, well, you know what? Let me check that before I tell you. I don't know if you can do that. I'm not even going to say that, but there's plenty of benefits to it. The biggest thing, though, is you need to not rush through it and make sure that you are clicking ship to either the permanent address or the one-time address, because if you just leave it as the default, I think right now the default is shipped to the consultant address. They know they're trying to like fix it, but make sure, I posted a screen share or a screen recording of it today. Just make sure that you double check where it's shipping to, because you don't want to end up doing that on accident. Your girls shipped an entire party to the wrong place on accident. So, okay, so individual orders, awesome. Now, bricks. Who's excited? Bricks are my favorite. Let me tell you something. You need a brick. Even if you're brand new, you need a brick so that you can smell it on your stories, so you can take a picture of it, so you can show your customers the difference in the size. You need to have a brick. Yes, Brittany, go ahead.
Hey, I got one quick question. So if we do like the individual orders, like for instance, right now I got a couple of people who want some of the things that launched today, and I don't want those products to go like out of stock or anything, but I don't have a qualifying party yet, so I don't want to close out the party. Can I do an individual order and have it shipped to me so I can bag up? Okay, so I can bag up all those goodies and stuff.
Yeah, and that's a good question. So what I would do, so Brittany's saying, okay, well, she doesn't have quite a qualifying party yet, but she has, let's say you have 2 people that want bricks or whatever. So it's like $50. What I would do is I would tell my customers, okay, I can do that. And what I would do is split their shipping. Like their shipping would be $4 each or whatever. And so yeah, they may be paying that shipping, but I'm still going to ship it to me so I can bag it up. I'm going to get the rewards and it doesn't sell out. That's like what you mean?
Yes, that answered it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Yep. You can definitely ship it to yourself too, guys. So, I mean, if you need to order something, I hate paying shipping just like everybody else, but use that to your advantage. Okay. Bricks, you need them. Okay. You need them. If you are local to somebody and you can't buy all of the scents, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get with somebody near you and y'all can split which bricks to buy. Okay. But I cannot tell you the importance of doing this. Like everybody asks for bricks. If you haven't found anybody that's asked for a brick yet, I'm very surprised because people ask for them all the time. Now, another reason why bricks are super important. We have 3 brand new scents that have never been released before that I guarantee you are freaking phenomenal. And I can guarantee you that some of your customers I have customers that are psycho about holiday scents. They'll warm holiday scents all year round because that's what they like. You need for them to be able to smell them because every single person that buys a brick needs to be asked if they want to be able to add that bar to Scentsy Club. Because if you are not talking about Scentsy Club, I want you to go and watch the numerous YouTubes that are on there about why Scentsy Club is important. Chloe and Justin have done one. Maggie Hensley has done one. Kevin Kirkpatrick, who is one of the person in charge of Scentsy Club, did one. It is so important for you to be talking about Scentsy Club because that is recurring PRV. Recurring PRV that you don't have to work for. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Sorry, it's hard to type. The bricks, I know I should know this probably, but the 3 scents that are in the bricks, they can put that in their Scentsy Club.
It will be as bar though.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So what's going to happen, guys, is it released, or the bricks released today. Okay. And the news tab says, if somebody will go to the news tab and find it, I'm pretty sure it says 30 days or until they all sell out. There's like a stipulation. I'll have to pull it up and look at it. But so any of the bricks, which I know Pretty and Plaid and Snow Kiss Cranberry are available in bar. I'm going to be honest, those aren't scents I've sold probably any of so far this fall, but your girl's going to be promoting them like crazy because you can get them in a brick. And that makes the difference for people. Why? I don't know, because you can buy a 6-pack and technically have more, right? But they go crazy for it. People like them. I don't know. They do. But when they get their scents, you need to be following up with them, especially if they got the 3 that are brand new. Every single customer needs to be asked if they never want to live without it. You don't have to say, do you want to sign up for Scentsy Club? If they are talking about how they like that scent, well, but do you want to ever live without it? And I know that's the way that I would word it. So you probably don't want to word it like that because it won't sound like you, but I'm like, I can't live without it. So I'm adding it to my club. People don't know about it enough. And if they love that scent, they need to add it to their club so that they can get it forever and ever. Amen. Yes. My Scentsy Club has been a key factor in mine as well. So Tasha said a key factor in growing her PRV is Scentsy Club. Who doesn't love waking up to see your PRV hop by 30, much less 300 when I had multiple subscriptions go through at one time? Scentsy Club is probably the most underutilized thing I see our team using, because I think people are scared of Scentsy Club because they're not getting like host rewards on it or whatever. I think that's why people aren't doing it. But I mean, I talk about Scentsy Club anytime I am on my stories talking about bars. And it's not just because it's always get my bar, which is one of the biggest perks and best perks for Scentsy Club. But if you can get someone to sign up because they don't want to ever live without their marshmallow mint cocoa bar, it's not going to be that difficult to continue to talk to them about getting to the $30 mark to get 10% off, getting to the $60 mark to get a half off item. How many of your customers have ever been offered a half off item at $60? None of them, unless you're making it rain half offs and you're just giving them away, right? So make sure that you're talking to them about that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think the last 3 people that I have sponsored have been from Scentsy Club, because I'm like, that if you join, I can move your Scentsy Club to you and you can get paid off of that. They're like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, girl, like you already have $80 in Scentsy Club. So you're almost at your $200 per month to stay active. So Scentsy Club is something that I'm using to bring people into my funnel and then continue to try to tell them to join my team. Not for me, but because they need to be getting paid off of that. If they're that obsessed and their club is that much, they need to be getting paid off of it. So yes, Michelle, you're one of them. And they can't now. People ask me, this wasn't supposed to all be about Scentsy Club, but I'm just so passionate about it because I just don't see people talking about it enough. And it is PRV that you make that you had to work for once. And your customer is the one that sets up that subscription, and they're the ones in charge of it, and they're the ones that get to add it. And I'm going to be like, think about it, guys. It's so much. If you get them just even subscribed, people will go and add something to it like nothing. I had all kinds of people go and add that NHL glacial ice bar to their club after I did my live on it, or on my story on it, because they said how much I liked it. They just knew that they needed to have it. It was $6, $6.50. It wasn't anything for them to add it to their club. So that is something that's just always needs to be in the back of your mind. You need to have signage and everything. You need to be talking about club. Okay. Make sure people know about club. You've just got to do it. And I'm just gonna, I don't even know what else to say about that. Okay. But that is why bricks are super important, and bring back my bar. when Cincy Club released all these new features, I had a goal of having over 500 in PRV every month in Cincy Club. The reason why I said every month is because you know that with Cincy Club, they have monthly, bi-monthly, and tri-monthly. I wanted to make sure that I had 500 coming from that every single month. And I'm still not there yet. And the reason why I'm still not there is because I keep sponsoring people out of my Cincy Club. And so their club subscription is moving to them. So I am continuously working through that. Is that frustrating in the point that I haven't met my goal yet? But I'm meeting other goals and I'm blessing other people, right? So if you can set that goal for yourself, then you're not going to have to worry about that 500. You're not going to have to worry about that. What if that 500 is what pushes you to the 2000 PRV mark every month? Then you're getting an extra 5% on it. Okay. So just educate yourself on it. Watch the videos, add your people to Cincy Club. Okay. Gift bundles. You guys are going to see a lot of people doing gift bundles. I want you to know that if you are brand new, if you don't have the money, don't spend your money. Do not go and spend family money on Cincy. We spend Cincy money on family. I'm going to say that anytime I talk about doing something that costs a little bit extra money. Gift wrapping is not a personal special. You can advertise that you are gift wrapping for your people. You can say that. Now, I can promise you, because it happens every single year, you are going to see some people that post gift bundles that are out of compliance. And what I mean by out of compliance is it's like against the Cincy rules because it's considered a personal special. I am going to suggest for everyone to update themselves on those. You can type in compliance in the workstation and you can update yourself on those. They have pictures that even give you examples of what's okay and what's not okay. It's super important to know those things. I'm not a compliance person that's going to go turn you in because that's not who I am as a person. If you're worried about turning somebody into compliance, you need to use that time to work your freaking business, period. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, work your business instead of turning somebody in. But some people may not know. So sending someone a message and saying, hey girl, I don't know if you knew this or not, but that's out of compliance. Okay, you fix it. Didn't know. Or if you did know, it's okay. Like people are going to do things that they're not supposed to do, period. Some people are going to do things that they're not supposed to do and they didn't know, right? It's not our job to be the compliance police. It's not our job to be ugly, but it is our job to know what's in compliance and what's not. And I have to educate myself on it because I don't remember sometimes. Let me just go ahead and tell you, you're going to see people doing gift bundles that are out of compliance and they're going to post about it and let them do it. Let them spend all their money because you don't need to spend a ton of money on a gift bundle for your customers to love it. Our job in doing gift bundles, you don't have to do them, but if you do them, our job is just to make our customers' life easier, right? How many times are we just going to buy a gift that's already packaged up at Home Goods with the mug and the chocolate on top of it? Or at Starbucks with the Starbucks coffee and all that, because it's already in a clear bag with a bow on it and a label. That's all you need to do. You do not have to go buy coffee mugs to do a gift bundle. You can if you want to. You do not have to, but you cannot charge your customers for them. You can't. Yes, you're going to see me here in a little while posting about some of the bundles that I've done. And I have some mugs and cups. That is a business write-off. That is something that I want to do for my people because I've been doing this a long time and I know that I'm going to get my return back. When I first started, all I did was clear cello bags, like the clear treat bags, some peppermints that I got, like the sweet puff peppermints that you can buy in bulk, and a ribbon with a gift tag on it. That's all you have to do. You do not have to go be anybody else. Because I'm going to be honest, when I post my gift bags, I hell hate them because I'm not as crafty as all of these other people that do all of these cute things. And I'm like, well, damn, I tried to do better this year and mine still look like shit. And I'm just saying, I'm sorry. That's just who I am. But I mean, I try to do better every year according to me. not according to all of the crafty people that you'll see me posting. Like you're going to see me posting things like that are super perfect and all packaged together. Your girl didn't do that. Your girl got the pictures from somewhere. Some people are super into that. And if you're super into that, thank you, and share your pictures. And I am happy for you. But Chastity ain't doing it. I'm going to do what I got to do to make my customers happy. And my customers have been so ecstatic and happy over the clear cello bag with some peppermints and spray or tied up with a ribbon. Half the time the ribbon wasn't even tied good because I'm not good at it, right? Do not try to be anybody else. Be you. This is the time that you need to make everybody's life easy, but you don't need to go spend all your kids' Christmas money on building gift bundles for your customers. Okay? So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. All right? If you are adding things, you cannot add anything that's going to be more than 10% of the original product value. I had to look that up. So what I mean is, if you're doing a gift bundle, guys, there's people out there that do gift bundles that have $5 Starbucks gift cards. And they like put them in there. I don't know how you got that money. Like you're not even making any money if that's what you're doing, unless you're secretly charging your customers more. What you do in private, I ain't getting into all that. I'm not the compliance police, but you can't charge more than what the actual PRV product is. Okay. And if you add something, it can't be more than 10%. So a coffee cup is fine. You'll see like socks. You'll see like candy. You'll see, just do little things, but you don't honestly have to do that. All you have to do is something simple. There was something else I was going to say. Somebody want to ask something? I thought I heard somebody unmute themselves. Does anybody have any questions about gift bundles? So Beverly and Tiffany, guys, like, so you're saying that your customers are out of state, right? This is the thing. I have customers every year that are out of state that see my gift bundles, but they order the products from me and then go and wrap it up themselves. Cause they're like, oh my God, that's so cute. Because what I do a lot of is the room spray and scent circle bundles. Okay. I sell a lot of those because I advertise them as buy 5, get 1 free, because that's what it is. You buy 5 or 6 scent circles, 6 room sprays, you bundle them together. So when it comes down to it, it's $11 a gift, but one of them's free. Most people, if they're doing stocking stuffers or gifts for like bus drivers, et cetera, they're spending that anyway, right? So people would much rather support local and support direct sales. So don't put yourself in a box and feel like you can't do the gift bundles because of that. Because trust me, I've done it every single year. And I just tell my people, hey, you just get the treat bags from the dollar store and some ribbon. Most people that are going to do gifts like that, they're thoughtful enough to go and wrap it up, right? And what I normally do for my people that are out of state, I will, when I mail them their thank you for buying from me, I will either send them like business cards or some labels or like a little printout that's small that can like be hidden in the bag that asks their person that's buying the gift to like contact me. Because at the end of the day, my goal in doing these gift bundles, yes, it's because I want to support my customers and make their lives easier, but I also want to grow my customer base. So you need to think of that as an opportunity to get more customers. Okay. Anything that you see me posting that I'm doing, your girl bought it at Dollar Tree, because I'm not spending more than $1 on a coffee mug. And that's not me being ugly. It's me being business smart. You're going to see people going and buying Ray Dunn mugs or mugs from Home Goods that are $4 and $5 a piece and doing a gift bundle. And unless you're charging your customers for that, you're not going to make your money back. You're not going to make enough commission to make that make sense. So what you do in private, I'm not gonna get into, but don't let anybody know that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because you will get in trouble. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? I try my best to post gift bundles that you guys can use that doesn't like have my contact information on it. So then that way you can advertise that to your customers. You do not have to have this stuff on hand to sell, because you're not allowed to advertise that you have it on hand anyway. It's all about in the way that you word it. They can be made to order. So even if you just make something up with something you do have at home, you can take pictures of that to advertise, or you use the pictures that other people share to advertise, and you tell your people you will wrap it up when it gets there. Okay. The last two things I want to talk about, because it's 9 o'clock and I fully believe in cutting meetings off in an hour, is payment options. I've had a lot of people ask questions about that, specifically on my team page here recently. Me personally, I don't like collecting people's card information unless they are just adamant that they want to use their card. Okay. And even then, like, I don't like it. I don't like having people's card information. I don't want anybody to ever come back and say that they had given me their card information and it got gone. That's never happened to me. But I mean, people lose phones, people hack into people's accounts. Like, I just don't like it. So I use Apple Pay, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I think that's it. Those, right? That is how I prefer for my customers to pay me. They know they can pay me with a card. They know they can pay me cash. A new one that I've just started using, I used to use this one a lot, like back in the day when I did a lot more home parties. I would use Square. I don't know exactly how much the fees are and things like that, but if you are feeling the same way, like you don't want to get people's card information, but you have a lot of people that are very, very adamant about it. Or also, I have this happen a lot. I have some older customers who want to talk on the phone and give me their card info. I mean, most of y'all know that I don't like talking on the phone. I don't care if I'm getting your payment information. I don't really want to talk to you because it's awkward, right? And I'm awkward. So yes. So that's perfect. So Tiffany says that she deletes it, and that's something I've done as well. But if they want to call you, that's a whole situation. So Square. And a lot of people asked me about the post that I did last week where it said like, enjoy free, local people get free shipping or whatever, because they were telling her customer, like private messaging, that she was taking care of her shipping or whatever, because it was a $500 order. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. With I think Fifi Fitzgerald was actually the original post. She made that through Square. So there is now Square and Square Invoice. They're both linked to the same thing, but I did it yesterday to get payment information from a lady that I don't know that wanted to send me her card. So I just was like, you know what, let me try this and see how it works. So I invoiced her through Square and she paid with her card. I didn't have to get her card information. I still got the money and I didn't have to talk to her on the phone. So Square is also another option. I know that
just eat the cost.
So I think that they've now updated it to where I don't think that it charges you unless you're like instant transferring it. So let me look. And that's what I was going to say. I'm not real fluent in it yet because I don't know. I haven't read too much into it, but she wanted to do it yesterday. And so I just like did it. Let me see. So I know that if I want to instant transfer it, it's going to eat the cost, which is like, it's a certain percentage. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry, y'all, this is super unprofessional, but.
It was, I mean, I remember it was like 2% because I did it for my other business, but I didn't know since then.
I'm going to say look it up because I really am not sure. I do know that there was a cost involved with it, but but I don't know that that's still the same. So like I could transfer it in the same day for 1.5%, Like, you know how PayPal and stuff, if you want it instant, it automatically takes that fee unless you wait. Or you can set it up to like manually do it. Yeah, see, I know that, yeah, if you use the reader, it does charge you a percentage. But because I sent it from my email, I don't know that it's the same percent, because on here, it's exactly what I charged her. It's not on my invoice, and in my account is exactly what I charged her. So I don't know if it's going to charge me when it transfers. It's supposed to transfer tomorrow, so I can let you guys know. So for PayPal, I don't know if you guys know this, look up a way to do paypal.me. So what I do is if someone, like, PayPal is what they want to use, I have a paypal.me link. And so I can send them, I can't see that. I can send them this link and it just says copy link. And so when I send it to them, they don't have to go to their PayPal and like type in my email. Because I don't know if you guys have ever had the issue where someone's like, I can't find you, or I'm scared it's the wrong email. So they can just click on that and then send me the money. And it will charge you if you request it. And that's just what I tell my customers. I'm not going to request it because it charges me, and that's going to make me have to charge you. Most people are okay with that. You may have some people that you don't know that don't want to send it friends and family or whatever because they don't know you yet and they feel like they want that protection. But guys, remember, if you're paying a fee for anything, for transferring something, or because they didn't send it friends and family, that's a business write-off. You need to keep track of that. Don't just like eat that money and not like keep up with it. That's PayPal fee. That's a credit card fee. Like all those fees, you can keep those. That's a business expense to keep. So don't like eat it. What I was saying is that there are some people in Cincy that only use Square now because they can use card and like it just goes through that way, and that they said that makes it easier for them. They invoice their customer. They can put a detailed, when you do the invoices app, I haven't played with it yet because I literally just did it yesterday and it's been Halloween, but they said that like you can put your picture on it and put your business name on it, and it's like a custom little like thank you at the end. And that was how she wrote in there, shipping is free to local or whatever. That's how it looked, like that. So like when I sent this to her yesterday, I said the country Christmas warmer plus tax and shipping. And so she knew exactly what she was paying for. And then when I view the transaction, it will show me that she used a Visa card and it did it that way. So it's all up to you guys, and what your customers are like, what they want to use. The whole reason why I offer all of them is because I have customers that they get their child support on Apple Pay. So that's how they pay me. I ain't judging. I'm gonna take their money however they want to get it. It ain't my business. But they don't want to send it to their bank account because people look at it. I don't know. It ain't my problem. I'm getting paid, so I offer all of the different ways. My biggest advice would be to just ask your customers. Okay. I'm going to answer the Visley question real quick as soon as I talk about this last thing, and then I'm done. Warmer inspection. So when you get a order in for your customers, it's not a bad practice or wrong for you to open up the warmer or open up their whatever it is to inspect it if that's what you want to do. Some people do it for every single warmer. I don't. However, I knew that there has been some issues or some like things wrong with the chick warmers. Is it chick? Is it chic? I don't know. CHIC. I know that there's been a little bit of an issue with those because some of the coating has been messed up on the inside. And I had 2 of those in my last order. So I opened the box and got the warmer out so that I could inspect it before I went and delivered it, because we need to make our life easier, right? And if I would have delivered it, she would have told me, hey, this is messed up. I would have had to go back and get it, ship it back, etc. So, okay. And so like, and the NFL warmers have had broken bulbs. So it's not a bad idea if you have the ability to open it up and check it to make sure that it's okay. I know that last week I delivered an antler lodge warmer to somebody and his bulb was broke. So then I still had to drive all the way across town again to go deliver a new bulb, because I'm not going to make them deal with that, right? Now, obviously, when you open it and take a look at it, try and put it back the best that you can, include all of the bubble wrap, make it look professional, let your customer know, hey, I opened it to make sure everything was good with it. Like, you know, and also when you do that, most people are going to plug it in, right? Because you want to see if the bulb works. You're not bad for taking some pictures of it, for taking a selfie with it, for styling it somewhere. Guys, that's how half the people in this business get the pictures that they do. They don't own every single warmer. When their customers get things, they're doing a quality check, which is 100% okay, and then they're taking pictures with it. Duh, do it. I don't always have my whiff box as early as other people say that they have theirs, because some people, I don't know what they're doing. They must be paying like the shipping people all kinds of extra money, because they'll have their stuff in like one day and it takes me like a week to get my stuff. But I have a whiff box that I've kept so I can take a selfie with it so that I can post it. My customers don't know that I ain't got mine yet. If I know what's in it and I can post a real picture of what's in it from the whiff box spoiler group, I'm not being bad, I'm being smart. Like, be a smart business owner. Somebody orders a brick and it's not a brick that you personally want, take a freaking picture with it. Your friend that's down the street got the brick that you didn't want, take a freaking picture with it. Have a party. Don't think that I haven't, like, we've done leaders lunches and I brought all my bricks because some people didn't buy all of theirs or whatever. Go take a selfie. I'm not going to judge you, because your customers want to know that you're using these things. Okay? So, like, it's not crazy. Nobody expects you to go and spend all of your money getting every single thing. But because I know that there are warmers and things that I would not want because they're not my style. Take the picture anyway. Like, style it somewhere and take a good picture. It's okay. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Anything anybody wants me to chat about real quick before I talk about Visly and ScentShare? Nothing's like crazy to ask. This was kind of just things that I've heard pop up over the time. Anybody? No? Okay. So someone asked for Facebook posts. Has anybody used Fizzle or ScentShare? I've not heard of Fizzle. I don't know if you were meaning Visly. But those are posting services or apps that you can use to schedule your Facebook posts. I have been using Visly. I pay $10 a month for it. It's 110% worth it on my part, because what I do is I create a Facebook party template. Okay. So I created a Facebook party template in my Visly. And so it's because it says you raised your hand. I think I can make it go away. That's why I was asking if anybody had questions. Sorry, Tiffany. So Visly and ScentShare, they're both just posting apps. We use ScentShare probably like 2 years ago on a program that Chloe and I did, and Chloe was in Facebook jail for 2 weeks after using it. So I haven't used it, but also her husband was the one that accepted it and set it up through her Facebook. So I'm pretty sure he didn't do something he was supposed to do, because you have to go and like give the app permission to post in your groups. But it's worth the money for me, because I'm getting on a tangent. I set up a template. So once I do it once for that catalog season, the only thing that I have to do any other time I have a Facebook party is I just update like my warmer of the month. And then I update or add in like holiday bricks or holiday collection. And so then when I have a Facebook party, I can load that template into the Facebook party. So I only have to do all of that like big work one time. Does that make sense? Is that kind of what you were asking? You can unmute yourself if you want to. There is
Yeah,
go ahead.
that's what I was trying to determine. I was reading on, could have been some YouTube articles, or I just saw this, just trying to find different ways to simplify your life.
Yeah, and I mean, I swear by using something like that, because I don't have time to go and post all of that all the time, right? And so that's why I liked it. So Jenny,
And I think I spelled it. Yeah, I think I spelled it wrong. So maybe if
Visly
you
is,
could spell it
yeah, I
right.
haven't heard of that. Okay, so I've heard of Visly, Post My Party, and SenseShare. I can't really speak on the other two. I have thought about switching to SenseShare because SenseShare has an app. Visly does not have an app. So it's all like through your desktop or through like a regular browser. But I really don't know much else. That's just why I like Visly. Because what I did is I literally create one at the beginning of the, okay. Yeah, I can't. She may be, so sometimes when you try and chat, it'll go to certain people. No, Jenny, get you an app and pay for it. It is so worth it. But Jenny, before you pay for one, research it and see what's going to best work for you. Because I know with Visly, like your videos that you have to post, I had to, like, if I had a video I wanted to post and I wanted to actually embed it in the post and didn't want to like link out to YouTube, I had to upload my video to Vimeo and give the Vimeo link. But then I think SenseShare is a lot more like technologically advanced. Visly is very, very, very basic. Yeah, definitely look into that because ain't nobody got time to that. So I totally get where some people are frustrated with the warmers selling out and stuff like that. I mean, I wish I had a better answer. We have all voiced our opinions and our frustrations through Scentsy as well. And basically, they didn't anticipate the astronomical growth that we're going through right now. Because if you've been with Scentsy for a while, we've always been growing, but we haven't had growth the way that we have right now. We're in a hyper growth, and that's nothing that anybody can predict, because not every company, a lot of other companies are not going through that. They're actually really struggling. And so we're really blessed to be in this position, but I do get that it's frustrating. The only thing that I can say about it is that products for this fall were made, ordered, all of that a year and a half ago. Like right now, they are finalizing product for fall of 2022. And so there's nothing that they could really do to predict it. So the things that they could ask their distributors to make more of and get more of, they are doing that. That's why, like Monsters Inc., they were able to ask their distributors to make more. But that's honestly the only and the best answer that I can have for you. They couldn't and they didn't predict this growth to be the way that it is. And so I feel like they're doing the best that they can on their end to help us out, because they don't have to do the pre-orders that they have done, but they're listening to us and wanting to do that. But at a lot of times, guys, like the places that are making these and distributing these, they can't like skip the line and make them make more, if that makes sense. So I get that it's frustrating. I wish I had a better answer for y'all. Is there anything